Imagine if on your live stream, you had a little Peak Scout character right there that your chat could customize in real time. They could change the color, the face, the eyes, the mouth. That's the great idea I had, and I made it a reality. So if the goal is to use OBS Studio and Streamer.bot, that means that we need every single asset to be in its own layer, which means I needed to recreate all of those assets one by one in Photoshop. For those who watch my live stream on Twitch, you saw me go ahead and do exactly that, and it took approximately 4 hours. Yes, that's 4 hours of tracing all of the eyes, all of the mouth, all of like the facial features, at least the ones I had unlocked in the game. Then came the part where I needed to export them. So I needed one PNG file for each. But then we end up with something like this. There are 51 files in total, so 50 quote-unquote assets, plus the close, which is going to be like a static asset. And of course, at this point, I needed to bring them into OBS Studio and organize them. Now, just to give you an example of the fastest way to actually make it happen is to go and add an image source, call it what you want, followed by 1. Go find, let's say, the color. Now you have color 1. And then here, instead of doing the same thing, going plus image source, blah, 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 what you could do, actually bring that down a little bit. What you can do is right click, copy, right click, paste duplicate, double click, and then browse on another one. When you paste duplicate, it automatically adds a 2 to it. So you can see color 1, 2 right there. And it lets you know, hey, you got to pick color 2 here. Boom. Now you can also right click duplicate and just continue doing that. Browse and color 3 here. Nice. And boom, right click, duplicate, double click, browse, and find color number 4. That's how I did it, okay? It still took a while because there's 50 of them or 51, but I pretty much found out it was the fastest way to get this happening. What I also did is put everything inside of a group. You'll see here, I have a group for the colors, I have a group for the face, and I can tell you that I have 13 faces, 15 mouths, and 14 eyes. But honestly, once you manage to do all that, that's the most tedious part, is you need to put 51 things. Then I have the close, and that is outside and it's on top. In case you were wondering, yes, I will be sharing the files with you for free. Check out the link in the description. Okay, cool. We have a bunch of images and they're well organized in their respective groups. What now? Well, now the way that this would work is only if we had one single layer turned on at a time. So if I want to switch to this color to that color, I would have to turn it off. So only one single layer would be visible per group at a time. And at this point, I needed to make a decision. So by default, I thought, oh, maybe they're going to type !purple to get the color purple, !hair 1 to have the hair. But I realized this doesn't build anticipation. This is not as entertaining as I would want it to be. What if it was just random? You type !color and it puts a random color. It not only builds anticipation, but it also makes people want to try again multiple times. So we'll do the same thing for the mouth, for the face, and for the eyes. And if you guess that yes, that poses another problem. How am I going to randomly turn on a source inside of a group, but at the same time, always have at least one source visible at all times? Well, Streamer.bot actually makes it pretty easy. Oh yeah, quick jump scare. This is what it looks like when everything is turned on at the same time. So if we go to my actions here, you'll see that I have a little group called Peak, and I have 4 actions in it, and they each represent basically each group. Now, each action only has 2 sub-actions, which is so amazing. There's this one sub-action that I didn't know about, which is hide groups sources. So you can select a group and then tell Streamer.bot to hide every source inside the group without making the group invisible, because technically we always need the group to be visible. So basically, in order to make room for the next layer that's going to be visible, we need to clear them, right? So we need to turn off everything before the next one shows up. But we're not going to put any delay, so it's going to go super fast. Then right after that, the next sub-action is random group source visible. And that's also another really, really cool sub-action that Streamer.bot has. So I'm going to show you both where they are because, believe it or not, they're separate. So if you were to add a sub-action, you would go right click, add, and then under OBS Studio, because that's what we're trying to control, of course, there's one called group. And this is where you would find the set random group source visible. That's how you turn on a random layer inside of a group, which is exactly what we're looking for. The one that I didn't know about, which is the first one in our sub-action list, is this one right there. hide groups sources. And yeah, that was a lifesaver. So that's what we start with. And then we put random group visible, easy clap, turn off everything, turn on one random, keep it there, turn off everything, turn on another one random. And then finally for the triggers, and I really want to make this clear, you can turn this into whatever you want. Like it can be an alert, it can be a raid. The mouth can change when you get raided. The mouth can change every time you say hi. Like Streamer.bot has all of those triggers. Those are all triggers for every platform. Kick is integrated now. Trovo, YouTube, anything that is here is something that can trigger that action. I'm going on a rant. Just because I make a video where I use channel points doesn't mean that, oh, I wish I could do it on YouTube. YouTube is right there. I just cannot possibly make something and then show you every possibility. Anyways, I decided to go with core commands, command triggered, and created new commands based on that. So click command triggered, create new command. It brings you here. You put the name of the command, and then here you put the text that people need to type to actually trigger the command, and then you click OK. All right. So in my case, you can see here, I put exclamation mark color to change the color. Under eyes, I put exclamation mark eyes. Under face, I put exclamation mark face. And under mouth, you guessed it, exclamation mark mouth. Okay. So at this point, if someone comes to my stream and they type exclamation mark color, color changes to a random color, exclamation mark face, face again, and face again. Eyes and eyes, and I caught a mistake. I put face 4 instead of eyes 4 here, which is easily replaceable. Boom, eyes 4, that's that, and fixed. So let's go eyes again. All right, let's change that frown. Mouth. Ooh, that's better. Okay, Twitch, stop being weird. There you go. Of course, the big question is, how do you add this to other scenes? Since I have this in its own scene, all I would have to do is go to my just chatting scene, for example. Hi, you can even see my chat here, and add it as a scene. Boom, scene. What scene is it? It's the one called peak. It's right there. And then from there, I can crop by holding Alt, and I can place it wherever I want. Nice, and just to make sure it still works. It does. Now, personally, I could end it here because that was my idea, and I made it happen. But I know a lot of people are going to see this and say, could I use this as a VTuber? Which of course brings us another problem. And that problem is the mouth. How can I make it so that I don't break the thing that I created here, where the mouth can be swapped dynamically or through chat, but at the same time, when I speak, to have one, like, I don't know, a O mouth or something like that, that goes back to whatever mouth was in before. I don't even know if anyone's going to ask that question, but I think I have the solution for that. And the solution is maybe a little complicated, maybe not, because we have the group. So if I turn off the group here, if I make it hidden, the mouth disappears, but my whole Streamer.bot and command thing is not affected at all. I still have my layer in there and it's still turned on technically. So if I turn the group back on, the mouth comes back as it was until someone changes it in chat. So part one of the solution is, how do I turn the group off dynamically based on my voice? Well, if you watch my videos, you immediately know it's the Move plugin. In other words, you would probably go to your microphone and then add a filter, and that filter would be an audio Move filter. Again, this is from the Move plugin. A plugin is something that you add on to OBS Studio. It doesn't come with OBS Studio. So you need to go on Google, type OBS Move, download the plugin, install it, restart OBS, and then you will have this filter. So we added audio Move. It is on my microphone, and we need to find a way to turn on and off a group. So if I go here, I see magnitude. That is what we kind of want. What kind of action do we want? Source visibility. Ooh, amazing. Which scene do we want it on? And which source do we want it on? The group called Peak Mouth, and it's right there. Now, threshold action. So what happens? Over a certain threshold, does it activate under a certain threshold? Does it disable over a certain threshold? And in our case, we want it to be visible when we're not speaking, so under the threshold, and then we want it to be disabled over that threshold, right? And basically adjust the threshold until we start. Oh, there it is. Until we start seeing it. That was fast. And you can ease it if you don't want it to be too jarring. Test, 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 test. There we go. So first part of the solution is done. We can close this. Second part of the solution is to have a mouth to replace it, to make it look like the mouth is open or is speaking. Let's go ahead and add an extra mouth. I believe in all of those images, there must be one that looks like the mouth is open. I'm going to call this peak mouth open. We'll just find one of them. And there's this one right there. And there's this one that's just this O mouth, and we'll put it there. Click OK. And since we didn't move anything, it should just fit perfectly. Okay, now we just need to put the exact same filter, but for this mouth, and it will be the opposite of over and under. So back to the filters of our microphone. We can straight up like duplicate this. I'm not naming it, but you should. Except this time, the source is peak mouth open, right? And the threshold action is enable over, disable under. And with that being said, let's reveal me speaking. Beep, bop, 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 bop. Okay? And at the same time, if people still want to customize my quote-unquote PNGtuber, they can still type !mouth. So when I stop speaking, this is what they see. Now again, you can feel like it's really, really jarring in a way. You would just have to play with the easing a little bit more, try to adjust it so it looks a little bit better. Let me see, 10 here, 10 here. But yeah, it cannot be perfect. And since everything, I promise we're almost done. Since everything is in its own, oh, hi. Since everything is in its own scene, what you can do is add some extra effects, filters to this one. One thing I like to do if I want things to be moving, also like this mouth is bothering me. See, this is what I want. I want chat to be like, I don't like this mouth. There we go. That's a better one. I'm gonna go with the shader filter plugin, my favorite effect. Of course, chroma, UV, distortion. And I'm gonna play around with the distortion so it kind of moves the whole thing, or just enough. Pretty cool. Give it more chroma probably. And uncrop a little bit so we can see everything. And there you have a slightly moving PNGtuber that is customizable live on stream. And yeah, I did that. The hard part was to create all the assets, and I did that for you. So put them in a group, create a streamerbot action for each group, and then you decide how they can trigger it. You can set this up for bits if you want to monetize your stream a lot. Channel points, you got it. Alerts, random chat messages that are not necessarily commands, you can set that up too. Voice commands from your voice, absolutely. YouTube compatible, Twitch compatible, Kick compatible, Trovo compatible, crowd control, donor drive, fourth wall, hype rate, Ko-fi, Pally, Patreon, Pulsoid, Shopify, speaker, read. Go to Streamer.bot and just read. Let's make the Twitter video. Hi, I'm Get Level, and I wanted to have a Peak Scout character visible during my live streams that my chat could customize on the fly. For example, if they type color, the color would randomly change. If they type eyes, the eyes would change. Mouth, the mouth would randomly change. I actually had to manually redraw every single layer in order to make this possible. It's being driven by Streamer.bot, which means that you can choose exactly what you want to trigger in order to change those layers. I chose chat commands, but it can be channel points. It can be followers, subscribers, anything. Yes, it works with Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Let me change the color again. I knew for a fact that you would ask, what if we use this as a PNGtuber? So I made it happen. So while you're using this as a PNGtuber, people can still absolutely customize it live on the fly with no issues whatsoever. If you like that idea, I'm actually giving away all 51 assets for free. All I ask you to do is watch the full video on YouTube.